Hello, my name is Mike Monner, and this is my audience. Do you feel more comfortable talking to a stranger online than you do talking to your own family member? If so, this may be a sign that you have affected your communication skills with social media excessive use or addiction. I remember when this happened to me. I was using social media excessively for about 3 years, and then just a simple conversation with an old friend became a very uncomfortable, even nerve-wracking experience. I found that this was not a rare experience for people, especially within my generation, and that's why today I'd like to come here to talk to you about the issues that overusing social media poses towards the society's communication issues, as well as the current solution implemented to fix that problem is not working, and also to gather your support for my solution that I would like to implement to correct that problem. Now, how do we know that social media affects your communication skills? Well, we know that communication skills are like muscles in the body. When you don't use them, they shrink, and when you do use them, they can be tested and grow. But when you choose to supplement your face-to-face interaction with social media communication or screen communication, you are weakening your social skills, your communication skills. And this may seem like a harebrained idea to some of you, or maybe even a far-fetched, fathomed possibility, but it's actually supported by Stuart Walpert's psychological study done at UCLA. He found that the displacement of in-person social interaction by screen interaction seems to be reducing social skills. Now, we know that this problem is not going away. Throughout my research, all data I found was upward trending data, meaning as the popularity of social media grows, so does the risk of people hurting or even losing their current level of social skills. Now, the things that go with this, along with this, were actually discussed by Stacey Iron in her, she's an associate professor at Milburn University, and she talked about in her TED Talk the issues that are posed by social media, chronic social media use. It has already changed the way we read and the way we think, and she has also noted a dramatic decrease in incoming students that get to her college classes. The social capabilities that they come in with has drastically dropped. She has noted that concern and vocalized it. Now, with such overwhelming evidence, obviously, we must have some sort of solution currently implemented to fix it, correct? Well, unfortunately, there are very few attempts to raise awareness about this issue. And in fact, the few attempts that are being made are underfunded, misguided, or just all around ineffective. Behind me, you can see some artwork from socialmediaaddiction.com. It is blunt, yet vague at the same time. It is too broad to be effective, and at no point does it make an attempt to relay the information to our youth that the activities they are doing are putting their social skills at risk. With that said, I always like to look at a few things that are being done. You know, not so many people want the burden of spreading this message. It is seen by some in society as a small price to pay to enjoy the innovations of technology of today. But I would say, isn't it our right, our responsibility, to spread the information to our youth so they can make an informed decision of their own, instead of letting them blindly throw away something that is crucial to society later in their life? So now that we know the current solution isn't working, what can we do to fix it? Looking at a new solution I would like to implement, we have to take it upon ourselves to spread the word. Every big movement starts with a single step, and every activist starts with a single word. We must start within our own local community in our backyard here. In the city of Cedar Rapids, I would like to implement a campaign citywide. What you can do to help, you can collect signatures for our campaign and our petitions. You can also write your elected officials weekly, even daily, about this issue to raise awareness for funding. You can get the support of city council and also lobby for local businesses to sponsor the event. Now, what we would do with my campaign here in the city of Cedar Rapids, it would go much further than just some posters around town. We would actually hold open seminars to the public hosted by experts on this issue. They would detail and spread information to the public about what they are doing with social media use, just so they have the information. We would also obviously have several public service announcements run, but really unique thing about my campaign, we would need your support to launch an app. So even though an app would be social media of sorts, we're going to be fighting fire with fire almost. Our app will actually help encourage face-to-face interactions. What it will do is each user will have to verify a face-to-face interaction that they have with another user. They will then be rewarded by points. Those points can be accumulated and then cashed in for real prizes here at the downtown Cedar Rapids Library. Looking forward, there's several other things you can do. You can donate your time or your resources, and you can help spread the word about this campaign. And I would also like to invite all of you to take the first step in participating in our Back to the Basics Challenge. What that is each person would go a week without using social media, and they would spend the time that they would use on social media having a face-to-face interaction with a family member, a friend, or a stranger. They would then monitor and collect their results. They would detail them in a social media post on that app that we plan to launch. And they would challenge 2 people to complete the challenge as well. Now, we've seen how successful this can be with things like the ALS challenge and stuff of that nature. So I believe that we can capture that trending popularity and make that grow. Now, I also like to compare this to the smoking risks. You know, a lot of people think, yeah, this might be an issue, but we have plenty of time to fix it. And I would disagree. The NCBI actually stated that smoking risks were first attached to health risks in 1939. But through lackadaisical anti-smoking campaigns, it was actually not until 1964 that we saw a decrease in the population of smokers. So I say that's why we need to attack this issue now, get ahead of the curve, so we can help the generation of tomorrow. Now, looking at another risk that excessive social media use brings, actually chronic social media addiction can affect your listening. And listening is actually by Communication Matters by Corey Floyd, edition 3, is listed as 54% of communication activities. So if you can't listen properly, you actually can't even do half of your communication skills properly. That's why looking forward, I always like to look to you and ask you, obviously now I hope you're aware of the issue that overusing social media brings to our communication skills. And I would also like to ask you, hopefully, that you would make efforts and that you would change your ways as well as the ways of the people around you so you can be more effective in communication. Things that you could do about this would be making the effort, making the jump, be the first to take the step. Every big movement starts with a single step, and I would invite you to take that step with me today. If you're not willing to do the effort, put in the effort for yourself, I would ask, hopefully you would put in the effort for your children, for the generation that will follow, so we can leave them a society that knows how to properly communicate, one of the crucial cornerstones of society. That's why we need to correct this social media effect on communication and make it an issue that we can attack. Now, looking back through everything that we can take forward with this, there are plenty of things that you can do in your own daily life besides the challenge, besides supporting the new campaign, besides making everything go according to plan. You can just make your voice heard. Now, if this is an issue that I hope is made aware to you now and hopefully strikes a chord with you, you can make it more effective and make it to the point where you want to go out and you want to make this change because, like I said, this is something that is near and dear to my heart, and hopefully I can spread the energy to make you want to become part of this campaign, because I think the solution that we have now, if we implement it locally, we can grow that into a nationwide movement that will correct the effects that social media has on our youth communication skills, which is so important for tomorrow. All right, thank you. My name is Mike Maher.